What's up, Warsheep Warriors, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of a video that comes from a channel called Love Don't Judge, right? The guys from LA, so a lot of people out there, they get kind of weird, right? So, but either way, the title of the video is I have six girlfriends, now I want a seventh. We're going to take a look at what the dynamic of relationship is, what they're really into, if it's genuine or not in the space. And yeah, we're going to pretty much just go from there. Let me know what you guys' thoughts is. Don't forget to like this video, y'all. Comment, subscribe, all right? So let's get done because I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump into this video.
Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore. If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf violent? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back, so they said, no, he's teaching hate, he's violent.
This is LX Xander. He fell in love with 6 women.
I don't really have a cap on girlfriends. Any more than 10 is challenging.
Alexander has been told he is a player.
I think a lot of people think that I'm just like some kind of like boy.
It gets harder with more than 4 people. It gets more challenging.
Today he is introducing a new person to his roster.
The reason I have 7, of course, is, well, if you join, you'll be Thursday.
Well, first of all, I just met you, so I am not part of the group of girlfriends.
My name is LX. I have 6 girlfriends, but I am always looking for more. I live in Los Angeles, California. I actually grew up in quite a small town in the north of England, but I've been out here for about 4 or 5 years now. So I'm a producer. A lot of my time is spent making beats to send out to artists. So I'm just working on a beat right now before the girls come over shortly. I currently have sort of 6 girls that I would consider as like girlfriends. So I have Nia, Avery, V out in Florida, Dani, and then there's Izzy. And there's like a couple more girls who I'm pretty close to, but you know, they're like a lot more private. Hello. Hi. I don't usually hang out with more than 3 girls at once. It gets harder with more than 4 people. It gets more challenging.
We just recently met not too long ago. Alex was getting a tattoo that day, and we kind of left him. Yeah, we were like, bye, and we went and hung out together. We went shopping.
Do you guys want to pick a jacket for me?
Yeah.
It wasn't really like a conscious decision for me to all of a sudden become polyamorous. I just kind of found that like traditional monogamy didn't really work with me and sort of like the way that I function as a human being.
That one's cute. I like that one.
And like most men who come to this choice or decision that he's come to, right? I mean, take a look at this guy, right? Like, he's not like, what would they say, upper echelon, which, high value man, right? Obviously, he's got some kinks about himself. He's a functional guy, functional man. He's a decent looking guy, right? Maybe average looking, above average looking. As you can see by his lifestyle, the way that he lives, obviously he's not in a mansion. He ain't out here pulling in, boatloads of cash, right? So since, yeah, he's not out here just crushing it, right? He's doing what he's got to do, right? Sustain a good living for himself. because it's always like this misconception or conception that, oh man, you got to be on this type of time, or you constantly are going to be broke in this type of lifestyle, things like that, because you have to support all the women you're with. But you know, some of these spaces, of course, a lot of them, women do their own thing and they earn their own living, earn their own keep, you know, and bring that and contribute that to the household. In his situation, I believe that's not the case. These are just girlfriends, so he has no real obligation to fulfill anything. They're not his wives or anything like that. There's no real obligation there. But even if they were his wives, I wouldn't see this guy as being one of the types to allow the women to not bring in any sort of income, right? So he just doesn't seem like the type, right? And then his career he's a beat maker, he's a producer, you know, which is cool. They make decent money, but he looks like that he makes good money based on what he does, right? And as you can see where he's currently living, things like that. Listen, he's doing what he can. But let's get back into this video. I just wanted to make mention of that.
Having to reserve all of my love and affection for just one individual, it doesn't fit right with me. It doesn't feel right. I do like this one.
I was attracted to him physically first, but like as I got to know him, I got it.
So proud of you.
His little personality, it's adorable. He's so sweet.
Show his little personality. his tiny little minuscule personality.
He's very like just confident and weird and out there. So you know he's authentically himself, and that was hot. I don't wish he was monogamous. It just wouldn't make sense for him.
I definitely receive quite a lot of judgment. 90% of it is from men. Let me pull up a couple of comments here. You are a white man making money off of black culture. You are a guest here. Don't be taking our women and degrading them so you can make a fast dollar. I had one comment saying, strippers will do anything. Cats be acting like they're the man, but really be getting hustled. So they don't get it.
One thing I really want is y'all gotta cut it out with all this black, white, you know, like racial shit. Like, listen, man, the man's pulling him. He likes what he likes. He likes them melanated. It is what it is. He obviously has adapted to our culture in a ways to where he's making beats for the culture, whatever it may be. Honestly, it is what it is. If Eminem can be one of the best rappers alive, and you can fix your mouth to agree with that, then he can do what he wants to do in the space that he's doing it in right now. I ain't gonna hate on nobody. Just like a lot of guys don't like Chris Brown. Man, listen, Chris Brown music is dope to me. I listen to Chris Brown, and I ain't afraid to say that. You feel me? I ain't gonna hold back from that. But I've noticed a lot of guys who say those types of things, they not as fly or they not as confident in themselves, because if another man, you know, who seems to be doing the things that he's doing right now, or you know, who may look like Chris Brown, or who may have that level of success and things like that, who women really enjoy, they seem to kind of throw shade or hate on them. So y'all gotta really check yourselves, man. Check your posture on that, because it's just sign of weakness. But yeah, for men to come at him with this, and this majority of men who are doing it, it's just a sign of weakness to me. You know, good for him and what his situations are. You know, but y'all gotta check y'all posture out there on this. Let's get back to this thing.
Probably never gonna get it. They'll say things to try and make it seem like it's fake, or like I'm paying them, or it's like, oh, he's like a sugar daddy, like all this nonsense, you know. I think for some men, sort of seeing the way that I live is kind of like quite a hit to their ego. They assume that I must be like not treating girls well if I'm seeing other people. It's like they can't understand that it can be both. Like, I can see other people and I can also treat them like queens, you know. Today, I'm going to be meeting with a new girl, possibly girlfriend number 7. We've spoken a lot over text, spoken on the phone a couple times, but this will be the first time I'll meet her in person.
Hello, hello. You're so tiny.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my God.
What attracted me to LX is like he's kind, he's very funny, he's sweet, and I like the fact that he was straightforward and honest, like right away. When he told me he had sex
Yeah, it's the honesty, right? The straightforward and honest, like she said. And a lot of just I want to take a look at some of these girls that he's with right now currently. None of them are really slouches. You know what I'm saying? They're attractive women. You know what I mean? These aren't like women that you look at and be like, oh, okay, well, I see why. Obviously. You know what I mean? Type thing. These are women that's like attractive. You know what I mean? They're attractive enough to say that they could probably go out here and find somebody, if they really wanted someone to themselves, possibly. You know what I mean? Like, maybe great potential there. But honestly, when you meet somebody and you meet who you meet, and you have that develop that bond and that connection with them, and you know that this man or woman is good and or a dope ass man, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna want to rock with him. You're gonna want to see him win. You're gonna want to contribute to his life. You know what I mean? Regardless on if he's monogamous or if he's poly. In this case, this guy's polyamorous. So the meaning these women they do have the ability to go and deal with other men. And like I said, in LA, they're a little strange. So I wouldn't doubt that this guy is a cuck, right? So let's keep it real. He probably don't mind. Maybe he wants to know about it. Maybe he don't. Maybe he like a Kanye West. You feel me? Who wants you to come back, tell him like about your situations and all of that, right? So, who wants to know details? Kanye West, man, weird as hell, but whatever, legendary Kanye West. But yeah, that's kind of odd, bro. But either way, so that's what we're looking at though, and ultimately, it was the honesty for her, right? That he came out and was honest, and he was a sweetheart, with things like that. Honestly, a lot of men are still struggling with this thing called honesty to this day. And I think that Disney and society has really messed them up to where they cannot be clear about their intentions when dealing with any woman that they're dealing with. They can't be clear about it because they feel they're going to lose something. I'm not too sure as to what, but something, right? Only thing that I feel that you're at a loss at if you're being dishonest is your integrity, your manhood, your ball, whatever. You feel me? Because who's gonna trust you? If you out here being untrustworthy with the person that you should be trusted with, right? How can I trust you in business if you can't even be honest with a woman about your intentions with her, right? But let's continue this video.
Friends, it didn't really bother me. He was just looking for fun, and him having 6 girlfriends, as long as they're okay with him doing whatever he does, I don't really see the issue.
Entree. Everybody, this is Dani.
Hi.
This is Nia and Avery.
Nice to meet you,
Go take a seat.
So do you consider him your boyfriend, or do you consider them your girlfriends?
There's definitely some girls that I see who I wouldn't consider girlfriends, but I'm pretty tight with these two.
I would consider him my boyfriend.
You consider him your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Question though, would you be upset if either it's not a thing where they're not able to have other dudes?
I mean, it's up to everybody to do whatever they want to do. I don't like to put any expectations on anybody to do anything. People just kind of choose their own level of engagement, level of involvement, and then we just all kind of adjust and navigate around that.
So do you guys ever feel jealous when you see him being affectionate to another girl, or do you ever feel a type of way at all?
For me, I kind of view all of his relationships just as their own separate entities. So whatever's happening there, not my circus, not my monkeys. But it doesn't mean that jealousy doesn't happen.
Sometimes it's what comes out is beautiful, and the girls just absolutely love each other, and they become really close and become.
So long term, what would be your goal? You're an old man. You're 80. What does that look like? You're 80. Are you with the however many girls? Or are you
I'm going full Hefner.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't really predict that far ahead. When it comes to relationships, I just like things to be organic and be about chemistry.
Which I appreciate about you a lot, actually.
The reason I have 7, of course.
Now, one thing is for sure is that he has no real goals, no real future that he's looking at to have mapped out with these young ladies or with these women. Like I said, all three of them are all yeah, 3 of them that's in the room with him right now are attractive women. These are honestly cute to gorgeous to beautiful women. You know what I mean? They're definitely above average looking. So it's like he doesn't really have a goal or plan. Like, hey, I would like to build with these women. He just is enjoying his time, right? So that's one thing that kind of would tell me something about him is that I think this is just something that he's experimenting with. And if you ask me, I mean, he's in the music industry, as you can tell by his face, and he got tattoos on his face, things like that. He's living a certain lifestyle. I really hope this ain't just a type of situation where he's trying on a persona or trying on a lifestyle, right? He's just trying to, and who knows if the face tats are real, you know what I'm saying? But they could be. I don't know this guy, you know what I mean? But based on him not having any plans for these women, no future plans, no future anything of wanting to build with them, I would say this would be a no for me. If I was in the space, if I was these women in the space with him, I would not be with it. You know what I mean? Just for the simple fact that I would want to be with a man who wants to be with women, multiple women, who wants to build, who wants to take me places, who wants to build with me and build wealth, generational wealth, whatever it may be, but actually would have a plan. So, and that's my thoughts on that real quick. Let's get back to this video.
Well, if you join, you'll be Thursday.
Well, first of all, I just met you, so I am not part of the group of girlfriends.
So Eli's about to come over. He's gonna talk to you guys a little bit about how he feels about my obnoxious wild boy lifestyle.
Hey,
what's good, bro? How you doing?
You alright?
Hey, good to see you, man.
And thing, if you can tell by her facial expressions, right? Her facial expression was like she was not really. And in that last question she asked about future, I think that's a big thing for her, right? I think that's a big deal for her because if we go back, that was her question.
First of all, I just met you, so I am not part of the group of girlfriends.
So Eli's about to come.
And then just look at her face compared to the other two. You know what I mean? She's not really interested. She's not really like trying. She's not really holding his hand like that. She's really just doing this for the camera at this point. And I can't blame her. Like, if I'm gonna be with a man who's poly, then from my perspective, I would want to be with somebody who has a future or wants to plan a future with me. If I'm not trying to waste my time or just trying to have a good time, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not just trying to fuck around, if I would like to have something serious, then I would want the man to want to build a life with me, build a future with me and the other women, right? So let's get back to it.
He's gonna talk to you guys a little bit about how he feels about my obnoxious wild boy lifestyle.
Hey,
what's good, bro? How you doing?
You alright?
Hey, good to see you, man.
It's just perplexing to me how you have the time to do it all. Are you just like a machine? You just...
These are reasonable concerns. I suppose my baseline level, I'm quite sort of high performing. Even when I feel like I'm slacking off, I'm doing more than kind of most people do in a day. I'm kind of quite good at juggling all the tasks and all the women, I suppose.
So do you sleep at all?
I think a lot of people just think that because I see multiple girls, they just think that I'm just like some kind of boy. I think people don't understand that, actually I'm quite affectionate and quite warm. I really have like real meaningful relationships with people. It's not like I'm just running around just like throwing my around for the sake of it.
Honestly, seeing it from the outside looking in, you make it seem so easy, and it looks doable, you know? But for me personally, I live vicariously through you.
Happy to be of service.
Next year or so, just gonna really focus on this career stuff, continue to nurture relationships with people that I feel chemistry with, and just keep doing my thing as a wild boy.
So one of the biggest things, right? I mean, I commend him for going into this lifestyle and promoting it to be a healthy space with a man who is going to want to, uh, you know, show love to the women that he's dealing with. But this doesn't speak, um, I guess, like polygyny to me, of course. Polyamorous, a little bit more, but not even really. You know what I'm saying? Even in a polyamorous space, they're still looking to build with each other and have a level of commitment to each other. This is more like just freelance. You know, he's got a few females that he keeps around that he is his everyday that he deals with on a daily. But I can't say that this is has anything to do with poly because most people in poly like to build with each other. This guy just kind of likes to sleep around, you know, but he's honest about wanting to do it with multiple women. Now he does have a relationship with these women, but like he said, he wants to continue on in his wild boy era. You know what I mean? So when is it that he's going to change his mind and want to settle down? And once he decides to settle down, is he going to just choose one and settle down with one, or if he's going to continue to stick with six or more and settle and just settle for them and start to build with them? When do you start to pour into them as women? You know what I mean? Who's sharing the space with you? You know, and I see that as being a level or a sign of respecting them and not wasting their time. Because men, of course, we do want women. We want women in the best ways, right? But women, they want a commitment. They want a level of commitment. They want a family. They want a lot of different things that would uh, honor them as women, right? And we want the things from women that honor us as men. So in his particular situation, when does he take them serious enough to say, "Hey, I want to build with you"? And that's the only issue that I would have with that. His relationship dynamic, it ain't none of my business really. But if I'm speaking on it, if I'm giving my opinion on this particular relationship dynamic, I would say that it'd be a huge waste of time. But it's worth doing if the man has a vision for you. If he has a vision for you or a vision for his own life with you, then it's worth getting into. But if the man doesn't have a vision, without the vision, the people will perish. So um, I wouldn't even deal with him if he didn't have a vision. But appreciate you guys joining me for this video. Hey man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you believe that this relationship dynamic is authentic? What do you think about the vision, him not having a plan for these women? He's just kind of dating them, just kind of messing around with them. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section below, all right? Don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. This is War Sheep. I'm your host, Barack, and I'm out. Peace and shalom.